Alright, so in this session, now let's look at the record form feature of Salesforce, which allows us to almost do codeless DMLs. So basically, you can use the record form object to create a UI as well as to update and create records. Okay, and basically this is another kind of an LWC implementation where you can create a form, but you don't need to create any code for it. Okay, everything is template is in the form of a template. You just have to initialize the template part. So let's take a quick look. So let's say using the record form. Now we already seen how to use the Lightning data service. When you use the Lightning record form, what happens here is you will actually use this template here. See what you see here, Lightning record form. It takes one parameter, object API name, and this variable should be your object name that you want to update, and then the fields you want to update. And whenever the success happens, a callback method is, you can designate a callback method. This is nothing but your JavaScript method. So it takes only these parameters, and automatically based on your field data type, it will render the UI. Alright, so pretty simple implementation. And to create this couple of things we have to do in the JavaScript. Basically, you have to import the UI record API object and the field names which are required. So what does it mean is the most important part is you need to import the fields that you want into variable. Now if you want to update any important fields, required fields, all the fields you need to import it first. Okay, how you will import it is you will say import you will define variable name from the schema that account dot that field name. So this should be exactly the object dot field name. Okay, object dot field name, and this is the URL for the schema API. Okay, so from using the schema API you can access this object fields. So you have to create the fields first. You have to import those fields, and then all you have to do is you have to import the create record also from the Lightning UI record API. The create record is a method which automatically Salesforce give you. This is what is, it's part of the Lightning data service. So using the UI record API, we already seen that. So you're going to use the same method over here. So what else you need here is you will also say, like, you'll create one field name called as object API name, because you have to pass this value. If you see here object API name, you have to pass it over here, right? So you have to pass this object API name. So right now we will change this to to get the value. Here we have given account object. It basically will replace this with account. Okay, and the fields that you want, the fields that you have imported. So these are the fields which will be updated. All right. So let's take a look here, and then finally the callback method on success. Now basically we are just going to see the result over here. So let's take a look at how to create this record. So I'm going to go ahead now and build the component here. So it's not we need to head down to the LWC and command palette. We are going to say create Lightning web component. We're going to say LWC form for accounts. LWC record form for account. So let's main default LWC is fine. So now it creates this within this, and now it's open it up for us. So it has created this. So we got to import a couple of APIs here. We need the API here. So to build the UI, it's pretty simple. We don't need much here. We just take the templatized UI. If you see here, we need to take the template. So we can take that. I'll take the template from here and make some small changes to it. Okay, so let me copy it here and make you. So the first parameter that is required is the object API name. So I'll say account object. So what I'll say is, now I need to initialize this. So I'll say, and a couple of things I need to import are in my account. I think there are only a couple of fields required here. So I'll take account name and account revenue. Okay, so I'm going to say import name from, we need to take this URL. See, if you have any other required fields, you need to import that. Okay, so that goes without saying, that's understood. Import name, and another one that we first import the fields here to initialize the fields is account revenue, because these two are required in my schema. Okay, it is not required in your schema. You don't need to include this, but I have to include these two. Alright, so I select this one now. So So I have this field with me and I need to change this to account revenue. This can have a separate name, it not may have the same name as just a variable name here. And now we need to build this class. Also we need to make sure that we have this other parts here, especially in the meta XML. We need to make sure that this is exposed and the targets are available, even though the Lightning Web Component CLI builds it for us, but it doesn't add this. So once you do this, it will become available for record pages and all. Alright, so now let's head back over here and do the other ones here. So we just need to initialize couple of variables here. So for that we have to say @fields. So if you come back over here, the next thing we have to initialize account object and my fields. These two are not created yet. So let's copy it from here itself and let's create a variable. I'm creating a variable, so no, very minimal coding here, and I'm going to call it the rate API is equal to account. So this represents the account object, and the fields that I want is an array of fields. So I'll just say record. So as you can see, the implementation is much simpler than the other one, which was where we use the Lightning Data Service coding part. Here there is no coding, and it also gets the binding of the fields here. So let's copy this equal to, this is going to be a array and account revenue. So it's going to use this. So now what we have done here is we have created the template here to create a record. See, we can add the styling and all later. Right now we just say, we decide which object you want to update, what are the fields, and finally we need to see the success handler. Now remember, now there is no submit button here. It just, if it succeeds, it will go to this method. Okay, so we can see, we'll create this method over here and we'll just take a result. It is injected with the result. If it is successful, it will go over here then. Okay, we look at the other condition of failure also, but let's hold on for a minute here and build this. So now we have our element almost ready. Object API name, fields we have defined, on success method we have created. So on success, we are just, all we are doing is consoling the results. So with this minimal code, we are ready to do commit this to the database. Let's save all, commit this to the database, and let's see this working. Okay, so let's me copy this bundle here, deploy source to all. LWC record form for accounts is our component. So we're going to override one of the account detail page and then we will work on this. So it's got updated over there. So let's head over to the account detail page so that it becomes less confusing for people to understand. The error that was coming was because we have defined this as, instead of square brackets, I have defined it as curly brace. So I have deployed it to server now. So we have actually placed our Lightning Web Component over there. So this basically makes it into a editable kind of, it automatically takes the record ID and shows it over here. Another way to do it is, now if you want to make it into this, and it is immediately reflected in the UI. Alright, so this is an easy way to, now this we are basically editing. Now we'll try to create also a record. Okay, now what we can do here is, let's remove this record ID from here. Now save it and deploy it to this source to all. Now if we create a, now this is going to create a record, okay. Now this is not going to update this record. Now this is a new record it has created. See, now it's created a new record. So the only difference is if I omit the record ID, it will create the record. Okay, so basically creating a record is very straightforward here. You specify the object API name, specify the fields that you want, and also the on success, what is the callback. Now every time it is also going to print you the console log. It will show you the data that's come back, the result. Now let's see if you go here and make a change. We have not consoled that log here. Console log handle account created. This one is not firing as expected. So let us look at that part. So basically it should print the value of that. So we're going to save this and deploy it to So let's continue. Next one that we are going to do is we are going to update the same data. So now if you see here, as we have already seen, it already takes the edit mode, but by default it is in the create mode. So now if you pass the ID to it, it will become in the edit, kind of a edit mode. Okay, it is not picking up the data here. So for that, what you're going to do is you have to pass this parameter record ID, and then it will take the part of it. Now sometimes it does behave, at times it gives you some inconsistency, so you can force the this.recordID to be injected by creating a record ID variable, but otherwise usually it does create it and work automatically. But it's better to initialize a variable locally here. So let's save all. Now the same form, if you just add the edit, if you had the record ID parameter, it will take the, it will become a editable form. Like it will take the current value record, it will take the current record context and show you the data which is there available in that, and allow you to edit the data. Alright, so this is about the account record form. So if you want to create quick forms, you can use this. It takes, now it's become an editable form. Okay, so it takes the current data, it recognizes the context, so you can replace the entire detail with this LWC form. Alright. So the next thing is we are going to add a, so far what we have done is we have added only text and number field. So now we need to add a pick list field to it. Okay. So for that, what we will do is we will do it in front of you, in front of everyone. So we need to take the account. Let's take an account field which is of type edit, which is of type say it's pick list. Okay. Let me take the default form here. So rating is of type pick list. So I will import rating. Now we need to just import the schema here. Please note here, you don't need to actually import the object. You can just pass it as a text parameter. Oops, sorry. Let's take this whole thing. And this is going to be account.rating, save all, and the field also has to be added here. Let's deploy this to source.org. So what we have done is I've added a picklist field rating. Now let's head back over here and do all the hard work. Let's go to contacts. Now I'm going to keep it in the edit mode. As you know that we have gone into the edit mode now. See. So it's still not refreshed. Yeah, now the rating field comes up, and now if you see, it also shows you automatically a pick list. Okay, so this is the amazing thing about this. Without any coding, with minimal coding, you can select this. Okay, so this will save the record. Now it's in edit mode. So the thing is, we don't need to write any pick list select and all that. It automatically recognizes it just by passing it to the array over here. I imported this account.rating and it's available over here. So pause the video here and complete both the create and the edit form record form example here, and then we can proceed. The next topics are just the same create and edit form in more detail.